Okay, people. So, yeah, just back from Project Hail Mary. This is a film from Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, written by Drew Goddard. The film is produced by Ajita Sood, Amy Pascal, Rachel O'Connor, Christopher Miller, Phil Lord, uh, and Andy Weir, along with Ryan Gosling. It is co-produced by Barry Hemsley. We have got executive production from Nikki Bader, Sarah Esberg, Drew Goddard, Ken Cow, Lucy Kitada, Patricia Witcher, and there is associate production from Ross Jensen and Jay Wheeler White. Daniel Pemberton handled the score. We have got Greg Fraser on cinematography. Joel Negron is taking care of editing duties. Right, we've got casting from Nicole Abellera and Janine McCarthy. I don't know why I can't speak today, people. Charles Wood is production design. Art direction is Thomas Brown. Tim Browning, Oliver Carroll, Diego de la Jacori, Julia DeHoff, Peter Durham, Craig Gilroy, Tara Ilsley, Peter James, James M. Spencer, Mike Stallion, Emma Vane, and Stephen Wong. Set decoration was John Bush. We have got David Crossman and Glyn Dillon on wardrobe costumes. Hair and makeup is Daisy Almond, Candice Banks, Rhea Biggerstaff, Jodie Corp, Yane Hapshishis, Yanni Hapasis as well, Lizzie Judd, Lauren Smith, right? Our we have Colt Barnes, Adam Bowman, David Collum, Liam Coate, Ari Decker, Jan Holychuk, Eunice Huhart, Jack Jagadoka, Ben Jenkin, Joe Kennard, Anthony Knight, Christian Knight, Bogdad Komashki, Mike Lambert, Kim Garrity, Will Newman, James O'Daly, Kieran Quest, and Andy Wareham. I just remembered Eunice Hothart, right? She was in Polite Society, which is an incredible film if you haven't seen it, people. Okay, so our cast, right? We have got Ryan Gosling as Dr. Ryland Grace. Then Eva Stratt, right? The head of Project Hail Mary. She's played by Sandra Hüller. There's James Ortiz, who voices Rocky, right? We also have Ray Porter, Meryl Streep, and Eunice Hart as alternative voices at one point. Officer Carl, right, who looks after Rylance, is played by Lionel Boyce. We have Ken Lang as Ye Li Jai. a crew member of the Hail Mary. Milana Vanteroob is Olesa Ikania, another crew member. Got the voice of Mary, right, from the Project Mary ship, voiced by Priya Kansara. Liz Kingsman is Annie Shapiro. She's a backup crewman. Dr. Brown is played by Mia Sotetu, and Dr. Lai played by Orin Lee. Who else do we have? And now Olea is Olivia. Parker, played by Bastian Antonio Fontes. Rekha, played by Maya Eva Hussein. Air Force officer, played by Michael Akisuli. Dr. Schreifer, played by Paul Lambert. Narendra, played by Aaron Neal. Michelle Greenidge is Chimamanda. Voight, played by Bernhard Schultz. Dr. Loken, played by Amira Ghazala. Du Bois, played by Malachi Kirby. I think that's like some of our main lot of crew, essentially. Right? Now, the gist of the story. Science teacher Ryland Grace wakes up on a spaceship light years from home with no recollection of who he is or how he got there. As his memory returns, he begins to uncover his mission, solve the riddle of the mysterious substance causing the sun to die out. He must call on his scientific knowledge and unorthodox ideas to save everything on Earth from extinction. But an unexpected friendship means he may not have to do it alone. So yeah, Project Hail Mary. I was very curious about this one, people, right? Because it is based on the book of the same name by Andy Weir. And man, like Andy Weir's first book that, blew up was The Martian, which I really enjoyed. The Martian. I enjoyed the book and then the film, right, directed by Ridley Scott, and interesting enough, also written by Drew Goddard, right? That was fucking fantastic. That was so good. I think they did such a great job of the adaptation. And so because Drew did that, and then I knew he's doing Project Hail Mary, that made it more interesting. Now, Project Hail Mary is the third book from Andy Weir, right? After The Martian, we had Artemis, which there was some interesting bits of it, but it just kind of went a little flat. So when Project Hail Mary drops, I was like, okay, let's see. Do we get back the magic? And I really did enjoy, I don't know, like the first half, first 2/3 of the book. But the latter half, right? Again, it hit that Artemis kind of thing. It just felt flat. Right, we had these multiple kind of bits where everything fails. Oh, it's corrected. Everything fails. Oh, it's corrected. Everything fails. And you're just like, how like, we know it's not gonna all just, So what are we gonna do here? Right? And it just got a little tedious. But so many times a film has been able to correct some issues with the book, right? I do believe, although I don't love them, the Harry Potter films did correct a lot of the annoying things from the books, right? So going into Project Hail Mary, and I go in with an open mind, people, and this, I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Like Ryan Gosling, was freaking fantastic because he has to run the gambit of emotions here, right? There's, we see him all happy as a teacher, like just teaching, right, this knowledge and finding a way to connect to them. So we have all of that. Then there's the kind of self-deprecation, that uncertainty, that hesitancy, right? When Eva comes to him, you know, but he goes because he's curious, right? He wants to be right. He wants to do science. So we have that, the excitement of it all, that hunger. And then, he's kind of like, I'm not a hero. So we have that, right? And being able to play that bit up was, that's not an easy thing. Going from all the other stuff, right? The happiness, the excitement, the curiosity. And now we have to show this, right? And Reynolds, Jesus Christ. Gosling makes you believe, right? He makes these moments come to life expertly. So I thought that was really good, really good. I think the other thing, like Eve Strout, right? Oh man, like Sandra Huller does such a great job with Eva, even. Like, I don't, it's been a minute since I read the book. I might go back to it, right? But I can't quite remember everything about the character and all the nuances of the book, right? There's the main detail, the main plot points that I do, but some of this, because I did think that in the book, Ryland and Eva get it on, but maybe they didn't, right? There's things I'm thinking, did they kiss? And I can't quite remember, but in this, it's like we have her, just that frank way she talks to Rylands, right? And then when he's doing the experiments and she's talking to like all the executives and stuff, and she's like, this is good, clap now. And then they're all clapping, and she's kind of bridging that learning gap with the corporate side of things. So, in the other scene, and she's like, yes, you can cheer, right? And all of those moments, they're so, it's that just dry humor of it all, right? There's plenty of times I did laugh during this film. It just, just makes you chuckle sometimes. Like the stuff with Rocky, and it's just that a misunderstanding of like human culture and words, right? Like just things of what's up and thumbs up and just these kind of things just make you chuckle, you know what I mean? But you do also, Gosling does a really good job of selling this friendship, right? And this bond with Rocky, which that's not easy, because obviously Rocky ain't there when you're doing the scenes. You know what I mean? Like all of that is getting put in later. So, you're having to just imagine there is this, alien in front of you. But he does a fantastic job. I say, just the kids at the beginning when he's teaching, right? They're great. They do, bring that classroom to life, right? So I think so many elements in this film work, right? It's a different way. I do believe it's a different way they bring it to the story to us. I might be wrong, but yeah, I think doing the flashbacks and everything. So this whole thing is unraveling, as we're moving on, right? We see him at the start as he wakes up on the ship, and then it's having to kind of piece it together. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? What's happening here? And we just see all of these breakthroughs with the molecules and, finding the answers and just all of this. And the way it's broken down, right? We learn this bit and then we'll go back and we're looking at this. And I did think they handled that well. Like the film, it is long, right? It is over 2 hours, right? It's 156 minutes. You know what I mean? 156 minutes. And you don't get bored, but you do feel it could be shorter. Right? You definitely think, this could be kind of shorter, people. What are we doing? So there is that, but there is definitely enough meat on the bone to keep you there. I think The Martian is, I think it's shorter, I think it's tighter, but this is definitely a very honorable comparison piece, right? It's a good sibling to have. As I say, I definitely feel I enjoyed this more than the book, right? And I don't think we're let down. I think Lord and Miller do a great job with the direction. It just works. Like the score and everything like that work very well. Just all of the Rocky sound effects, him walking, the cluck, 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 and the tapping and just all of this stuff, all the ambient sound and everything like that. Yeah. They do it all, people. They do it all. So I think if you're a fan of The Martian, I think you'll enjoy Project Hail Mary, right? I think, Gosling and crew, they do a great job. So if any of the cast, man, you'll want to see it, right? Lord and Miller, they do their thing, and Drew Goddard writes another good script. So yes, if you like sci-fi, The Martian, all of that jazz, people, Project Hail Mary will be for you. It's in cinemas right now. So yeah, go enjoy.